Hi everyone, I'm Angelina and this is Blueprint DIY, where we remake our clothes to be just as unique as us. I am super excited because I finally decided what gifts I am going to give the contestants from season 2 of Next Top Upcycler. And you guys know, since I got this Cricut in the fall, you knew I was gonna use it to do these gifts. And a lot of you guys have told me you have a Cricut, but you're just too scared to pull it out. You are going to be using it like a pro after this to make gifts, to make merch, whatever types of things you want to make. All right, I know you guys are excited to find out what I decided to get. Now, you guys know our 9 contestants were from all over the world. So I wanted to make sure it was something that was rather small and lightweight, but something that they could definitely use both in their everyday life and in the sewing room. First up, I found these amazing tote bags. They're 100% cotton, and I thought that they would be really amazing to put the Next Top Upcycler Season 2 logo on, something that they can use just to remember the season by. As well as, you guys are gonna love this, pens. And we just talked about pens, but what if you drop your pens? How do you hold your pens? You need a pen cuff. This is just a magnet that is attached to one of those slap bracelets. You guys remember these slap bracelets? And you can hold it on your arm while you're sewing. Just attach your pens to it and just go. It's gonna be so cool. I'm so excited for them to receive it. And of course, I am spilling the surprise, but I could not keep this to myself. I need you guys to know like everything that you can do with this smart cutting machine. And this video is sponsored by Cricut. Cricut is a smart cutting machine that allows you to create personalized projects with hundreds of materials. It works with software called Design Space that comes free with your machine. This is where you create your project and browse from hundreds of images and fonts. Once you've created your design, Design Space will simply send it to your machine to cut. The first project that I used my Cricut for was to make like Letterman patches, super easy iron-on patches. And I've also used it to make some merch, just different things. You can use it on iron-on vinyl, permanent vinyl. Let's just do this project so you can see for yourself. I already have my design created in Photoshop. It's a PNG and it does have a transparent background. However, the amazing thing about Cricut Design Space is that you can also remove the background. So if you create an image, you can remove the background if you weren't able to do it in your photo editing program. So you can see here I have some projects, some different things for business and for kids, and I want to create a new one, and it is as simple as hitting the upload button. Upload image. I'm going to browse and go to my desktop, find the image, open it up. And I typically do simple images, but if you had something more complex, then they have applications for that as well. And all I do is import it. Like I said, if you wanted to remove the background, you could do that here. And I don't want to print then cut, I just want to cut, and there I go. I'm going to click it and add it to a canvas. It typically comes in a larger size, but you can enlarge it or decrease it to whatever size you want. And the great thing about that is that I can create this same image on different scales, which is what we're going to do today. So we can go ahead and duplicate that here, and we're going to do one that's much smaller. So for right now, we're going to turn that one off and just worry about this one for the bag. At this point, I can measure the bag and see that I only want my image to be 6 inches wide. And it's really easy to go in and make your image a specific size. So I'm going to set the width as 6 inches even. And since I have multiple of these to do, I can go ahead and duplicate this as many times as I want. I know that my vinyl is 13 inches wide, so I can definitely add another one of these. Maybe we'll get too wide. Maybe I'll have to turn it the long way. All right, now we're ready to make it. We are going to do this without a mat on a roll with the Cricut Smart Vinyl Permanent, and you can see it lined it up. The great thing is that you can move them around, and I can see I don't have enough room, but I can rotate them. Ooh, okay, we can get 3. And this way I can use my vinyl as efficiently as possible. All right, so now I'm only going to use about 7 inches of the vinyl versus 12. And since these are iron-on, I do need to mirror them, and you can mirror them at the end, and it will give you a reminder, which is always helpful because sometimes we just forget. All right, so now we are ready to cut. All right, I do have the roll holder because we are using the Smart Vinyl iron-on. And now we can go ahead and press continue, and it's just trying to connect to the machine through Bluetooth. All right, so then we'll want to choose our material. I am using the Smart Iron-On, and of course it says make sure you mirror, just like I said. Default pressure is plenty. So then I'll go ahead and load my material. It's going to check whether I have the right width and right length. Once it's done that, I'm ready to cut. All right, it's done. Unload. And the great thing about this is that I can go ahead and cut it right here. I'm gonna cut one apart and we can go ahead and weed it. And we are done with that design. What I like to do is just pick the corner first, pull it up with the weeding tool, press down the corner, and carefully pull it till I get the other corner. And where there are design intricacies, you can go in and use the weeding tool and separate those. I don't know about anybody else, but I find this really satisfying. And then once I'm finished taking off the largest piece, I'll go back in and take out all the middles of the letters or anything that's left over that shouldn't be in the design. And to do this, I have my Cricut Easy Press, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. If you look on the Easy Press guide, there is a whole website dedicated to what temperature you should use for what material. So I know that for my Smart Vinyl iron-on, the temperature should be 315 and you iron it for 30 seconds. The first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and fold this bag in half. That helps me to definitely see the midline, whatever that might be. And I'll fold it in half the other way as well to make sure I get it exactly in the middle. Then I'm gonna actually iron a line that is a little bit lower than middle to make sure my design is absolutely straight. Now we can place it directly so that the bottom of the N, the bottom of the U are on the line. All right, we'll place it on top. Press the Cricut button, light pressure for 30 seconds, and it'll count down for me. And once it counts down to 0, it'll beep to let me know that I should take it off. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over. That's what the Easy Press guide suggests that I do. And I'm gonna iron it for 15 more seconds on the back. And there we go. All right, it'll take us back here and we can go ahead and turn on the small one, turn off all the large ones. Now we can take that small one and put it up here. We need our design to be no bigger than 2 inches long and 1.5 inches wide. I'm gonna set my width to 1.5 inches. Now this does not need to be mirrored. We're gonna choose our material. This is the Smart Vinyl Permanent. I have a piece of vinyl that's only about 4 inches long. And I'm gonna stick it to a mat, and that helps me to be able to use all of my small scraps so nothing is wasted. The process to cut this one is exactly the same as we did before. All right, so we are finished with our cutting for right now. Definitely wanna save this project, and we can go ahead and pull this off. All right, so we're gonna cut out just one of these and show you how I put it on the pin cuff. All right, so next up, we have to weed out what we don't need. I always like to cut off the excess. There's some parts that there's nothing on it. It's not needed. Now it's time to weed. We're gonna do this as carefully as possible just because of the super small letter, but it comes out really easily.
so now I'm gonna measure off a piece of transfer tape long enough to transfer this to the pin cuff. And we'll use something flat, of course. Cricut has a handy dandy tool to do this with. And all you're trying to do is get all the little letters to stick or transfer to the transfer tape. And if we've done this successfully, then it should be sticking to the transfer tape and coming off of the vinyl backing. Perfect. Do our best to place this directly in the middle, in the center. And go ahead and take it off of the band so that I can get this suppressed as flat as possible. Lift it up as carefully as possible, and there we go.
So imagine having these, going, traveling, putting all your sewing stuff, you're getting ready to go alter something for someone, and you just want to flex that you were a contestant on Next Top Upcycler. So yeah, I just get excited about stuff like this because just the possibilities. I know you guys are thinking of stuff. Yeah, you got your pins, you know, you pull your little pin cuff out of your bag. Yes, definitely check out getting a Cricut. I'm telling you guys, I told you guys from the beginning when I got this thing, it was going to be a game changer. It has been a game changer. If you're at all interested, even no matter whether you're doing it for hobby, just things for yourself. My mom loves to use hers for things for herself, for things for her church, different things for her school, as well as if you are getting into doing any type of business. Even if you're not doing a t-shirt business, you just want to make things for marketing purposes, to support your brand, to advertise your brand. You could do it easily. And you guys already know, nobody can twist my arm to speak highly about anything that I don't like. This has been a game changer for me, and I would highly recommend it. All right, as always, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a thing. And we have other videos for you to watch right here. My first Cricut tutorial, as well as some other videos right here. And I will see you guys in the next one. All right, bye.